of the world.
All right, we are live. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. For those of you who have arrived, my guest is Elena Gilliam, but I'm doing a little cutting and pasting, and we're gonna hear Elena at Jack's, Steamer's Jack's.
Yeah, Bruce.
And the living's easy. Fish are jumping, and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich, and your mommy's good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Summertime and the living is easy. Fish are jumping and the cotton is high. Your daddy's rich and your mom is good looking. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. One of these mornings we'll rise up singing and swinging. Spread your wings and we'll take to the sky. When that morning comes, there ain't nothing gonna harm you. When Daddy and Mommy are standing by. Tony's not here, so I can skip.
Wish I could do that over. Yeah. Bass.
Listen to this guy. One of these mornings, we're gonna rise up singing and swinging, swinging. So hush, little baby, don't you cry. Let's take it out, guys. Don't you cry. Don't you cry. Baby. Summertime, summertime, summertime. Oh, summertime. Your daddy's rich and your mom's good looking. Tony's rich and he's good looking too. Yes, he is, yes, he is too. We're here at Campstairs, we're Campstairs. We got a thing going here. Thank God for live music. Thank you. They sound fantastic, don't they? Summertime. Now we jump.
Cool. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that's my guest, Elena. Hey, Elena.
It's me. Summertime.
Well, you already have some hellos. Kevin Rhodes. Hello, Kevin.
Oh, great.
Mary Bogue.
Hi, Mary.
Hey. Thank you, Mary. It's all smoke and mirrors. She asked how I looked so good.
I was thinking that too. Like, wow.
Jan Stevens.
Hey, Danny.
Nora. Hi, Nora. You probably don't know Nora. She's in this part of town. Victor Orlando. Hey, baby.
Hi, Nora. Hi, Victor.
All right. So
Howdy.
here we are.
Here we are. I'm so excited to be here with you.
Me too.
This is, wow, I haven't seen you in I don't know how long.
I know.
Well, I think it was at Catalina's I saw you. We were in the audience for someone, but even that was long ago.
was long.
Pre-pandemic. Pre-pandemic.
I think so. Yeah.
Anyway, it's really
Yeah.
nice to.
It's nice to see you too. We have
I wish you lived
the same
closer.
kind of vibe, don't we? Going
Yeah.
on. We both kind of wore kind of pastel-y colors. And, yeah.
Well, now they're going to know we didn't do that on purpose.
I know.
It's all planned. It's planned in the grand scheme.
And Michael Levon says hi.
Oh, hey, Michael. One of my favorite keyboardists, pianists.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's been a long time
He was
since
on my
we-
last CD. He produced my 2019 CD, Then Another Turns.
How many CDs do you have?
Not enough, but I have two of my own. The first was in 2008, and then it was 10 years before I did it. The next one, Then Another Turns. So my husband produced the first one, Moments in Time. That was our thing together. So we did our favorite songs together.
Yeah.
And that was a lot of fun. And then 2019
Yeah.
with Michael Levan.
Uh-huh.
And we had a great time. We had a great time. And now the new one.
Yeah.
Shall We Dance?
Shall We Dance? And you're doing a show. Is the show related to the CD release?
Yeah, on Saturday we're going to be in Burbank. Woo! I'll be in LA. Yay!
Yeah.
I sure hope people come. I'm trying to grow this LA crowd. So any of you out there listening, anyway, we'll be at Victory Theater in Burbank.
Uh-huh.
and it's going to be a lot of fun. Produced by Kevin Rose.
Oh, okay.
So we're going to have some fun. So we're going to do a lot of my new songs
Yeah.
and some of my favorites. So my CD is actually with an orchestra.
Really?
So
I haven't heard your CD actually.
What?
Nope, I haven't.
Well, I hope you do. One of the songs I sent you was
Yeah.
from the CD. Shall We Dance? I think I sent you.
Yeah.
And what a project. It was fabulous. It was fabulous. So it's been about 2 years in the making.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I worked with Bob Barrett. He was a producer, and Tony Guerrero. He was a co-producer.
Uh-huh.
And we worked with actually an orchestra from Budapest.
Uh-huh.
And we did a Zoom live stream recordings. Amazing. It was an amazing experience. And Bob was so tuned in. He's a composer, writer. He's just amazing, and conductor. So he was really tuned into that orchestra. So he spoke to the conductor in Budapest. And I don't know if you've ever seen one of those Zoom recordings.
No, I don't think I have actually.
Fabulous. It was
Yeah.
it's just amazing.
Yeah.
Particularly, you can be just as particular as you can live. And wow, it was something. So I did the live show at the Barclay Theater in Irvine in April, and I had marvelous musicians mostly from LA, because a lot of the Orange County musicians are in the Pacific Symphony, and they had some goings on that second day. Oh, you're kidding me. So Ginger Murphy helped organize. Do you know Ginger Murphy? She's a marvelous cellist and just a great human being. And she organized this marvelous orchestra. And boy, I mean, I kept turning around during the performance thinking, I hope people are hearing this music. It's so fabulous. Can you hear that? Can you hear those violins? I've never worked with an orchestra before.
Yeah.
And wow, it was the thrill, truly a dream come true.
Yeah.
I tell my husband that all the time because he produced the thing. I said, honey, it's not many guys who can really make your dreams come true. You did it. As this was an amazing night. Amazing.
Did you video it?
We did. I don't have it yet, but we did a video. It was a production too with Campus Jacks.
Oh.
Campus Jacks is, they become such an event center down here in Newport Beach. They're bringing in all kinds of celebrities and musicians, and it's a great spot to perform. It's a great spot. So they actually helped me produce the show. So it was actually like a Campus Jacks activity, along with an ELENA and George Gilliam activity. So it was. I'm so blessed. I could not have asked for anything better, and I'm so blessed.
That sounds really
Tim Ellis at Campus Jacks, and he's a phenomenon producer and does everything. Writes, produces.
You're talking about Kevin Rhodes?
No, Tim Ellis.
Oh, Tim
Ellis produced the show. He's part owner of Campus Jacks.
Oh, okay.
So there's Jack Jasper and Tim Ellis, and they are wonderful business partners, and they just do a great job of the music down there. And they just hopped on board and became part of this whole production. And anyway, he's the one who recorded it. So he set that all up to be a recording. It was great. It was great. And I'm actually part of Tim Ellis's. I'm actually part of his record company. His record company is Metajax. It's a new company, and they produced, last year was Tony Guerrero and Arturo Sandoval. Actually, I think that's almost 2 years now. Tony's getting ready to do another production with him. And Tawanda, have you heard of?
I know Tawanda, yes.
Yeah, Tawanda. So they helped her with that first production and that first performance. She's a love too.
She's a lovely person and great singer.
Great
Really
songbird.
beautiful.
Great songbird.
Yeah, very,
We
very.
got some powerful songbirds coming up right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Jazz
Wow,
is in good hands.
Sorry?
Jazz is in good hands.
Yes. It is actually. There's a lot of players here, a lot of players who have moved here, and I
Yeah,
mean, we certainly don't have a lack of great players, you know.
true that.
Yeah.
True
Yeah,
that.
it's amazing. Um, so, yeah, tell us just a little bit about your husband too, because you're mentioning him, and I want people to know about him.
Oh yeah, he's part of who I am. I'm telling you. We started together, George Gilliam. Hi, honey. I don't know if you're watching. Probably not. He's busy. So I met him. Okay, let me go backwards here. Way, way, way back in the 80s.
That is a way back.
Way, way back. Yeah. Okay, don't rub it in, Kathy.
It's
Way
all right,
back.
believe me, I'm right with you.
Yeah. So I just moved out to California, and I didn't really start singing until late. I'm a late bloomer in every way. So I just moved out here. I was working full time at UC Irvine. I stayed there for 30 years too.
Oh,
But I signed up for classes, night classes and Saturday classes with Orange Coast College, and they had a big band with the Charles Rutherford. Charles
oh,
Rutherford big
yeah.
band. Yeah.
He was
And
great.
I just was able to sign up for the class. I couldn't believe my luck. You mean you just sign up and you can sing with the big band? Yes, you can. And they had several big bands. So I sang with one. And God, it was a great time. And Doc, Charles Rutherford, we called him Doc.
Yeah.
He allowed me to sing at a lot of their events that they would go to, parties, events. And I actually met George when I was singing one day. Now, I only had one or two songs. It's not like I did a whole bunch of songs. I was brand new, and it was about the big band.
Yeah.
I would come out and get a featured song. Good Morning Heartache was my featured song. So afterwards, he came up to me and said, "Are you working with anybody?" No, I actually don't know what to do now. I'd like to. Call me. Call me. So he did, and eventually we got things going. But I've been with him ever since. With him in a musical sense, and with him with a marriage sense. So a little later on is when we started seeing each other, and then we got married. And what a ride it's been. But he has taught me so much. I get the clipped. He's taught me so much about music and people and musicians. And we first started working together doing jazz in Laguna Beach at the old Ivy House.
Yeah.
Do you know we
Yeah,
started
yeah.
working there?
Yep.
And that's where I met Jeff Littleton,
Yeah.
Don Littleton,
Yeah.
and James Polk. He brought in.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Remember James? He just passed away recently. But
He did?
yes, in Texas.
Oh,
Because he had moved to Texas. I know. He was a sweet
Very-
man and a fantastic pianist.
yeah.
So we had a great trio down there. So I started as a novice with these fabulous musicians and my husband. So altogether, I was, wow. Again, I was just blessed, just lucky. And later on, we did another little series at the Hotel Laguna. And we got Tootie Heath to come in for the series that we did. Oh my gosh, a few people whose names are slipping my mind. Johnny Hammond Smith, Tootie Heath. We had some great players down there, and I was so, I don't know, I was blown away because I knew they were big,
Yeah.
but for my first experiences to be with them was just amazing. And then we just kept working, doing along. So what George did after we got married, we finally decided, let's start a family. And he wanted to do something for the community and for some steady money. Do something steady to keep his family organized. So he started an organization for developmentally disabled adults, and it's called Creative Identity.
Oh,
I named it. Yay.
nice.
Anyway, yeah. So he's been doing that for 28 years now. He's got
Wow.
a program in Anaheim and in Laguna Beach.
Huh.
And he loves seeing people be able to reach their potential.
Yeah.
And those who are developmentally and intellectually disabled seldom get chances to do that. So it's an arts-based program, music, ceramics, painting. It runs the gamut of artistic. They even make jewelry, and they have a boutique. They sell at boutiques, and it's a marvelous organization. You can look it up online for anybody who's interested.
Yeah, I'll put that in here.
And he's there now. Actually, he's
Oh.
probably trying to have lunch. So he's in Laguna Beach.
Creative Identity website. Okay, I'm gonna put that in there. That's really cool.
Yeah, so he's been doing that. Plus, we were working all along together.
Yeah.
Events, series, gigs. So
Uh-huh.
I've been doing that for, oh my God. Okay, we've been married 37 years. So we've been doing that for almost 39, 40 years. I can't say that.
Well, I'm right with you. Believe me, I talk about it every day.
Where did it go? Where did it go? Help me, Lord. Please just give me another 50 years of feeling good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, that's nice to know. It's funny. I mean, some people who don't live here, probably are very surprised that we don't bump into each other, or I've never worked with George. I don't even know if I've heard him play. Maybe once,
Uh-huh.
a long time ago. I've always known he's a good player, and but because we live 70 or 100 miles from each other, and
Yeah.
the communities are really kind of significantly solid,
Yeah. Yeah.
Orange County and LA, so it's really easy not to see people and not to,
Oh, it is.
especially now with traffic, like getting
Oh
so
my God.
bad. I
Yeah.
mean, I
Traffic's
barely go down there at all,
Yeah.
because it's just too much, the traffic.
Well, it is. And I realize that too. And it's so hard to get LA people to come down here.
Yeah.
So like I said, we're trying to reach out and do a little bit more. And Kevin Rhodes came along and said, hey, let's try a show at the Victory. So he's looking into some other things as well.
Now the Victory, that's a kind of a new venue that I don't
No,
really know
no, I
about.
think it's an oldie. I
Well,
think
not that it's not, I mean, I don't say it's a new theater, but I've never heard of any shows happening there, like music shows,
Oh,
that's what
okay.
so that's cool. It's always cool to
Yeah,
hear of something new, and, you know,
it
it's
is.
pretty,
It's a nice
yeah,
theater, nice little small theater. Holds
yeah,
about 90 people.
yeah.
And I think it'll be fun. I love those intimate crowds because I can be a real clown and just get to know people, talk to. I love that communication. Just aren't we here together, just trying to have some fun, just taking a break from the craziness in the world?
Yeah.
Let's do something fun together. Let's talk. Let's talk. Let's talk. So
Well, are you from New York?
I'm from Jersey, baby. I'm in
Ah.
Jersey. I always say I'm from Jersey. Don't mess with me.
I'm from Boston.
Boston.
Yeah. I
You
came out when
are.
I was 21. I went to Berkeley because I was playing flute at the time. And I mean, I was always singing, but flute. And then right away I went to San Francisco for a little bit. But it was so much like Boston, and I was kind of longing to get something different. So I came to LA. And then I was
That
going to
sounds
stay,
wonderful.
I was actually going to go to New York after a few years, but then I met my first husband,
Oh,
Garcia.
well, that blew that, didn't it?
Yeah, it totally blew that. But I'm so glad because I like LA. I really do. It's comfortable. You can create whatever you want and you know.
Yeah. Well, I came right here because my brother lived in Orange County. So he's the one who talked me into coming out here. And I've never left. And I don't think I'm going to. So I just like it. And I've always been in Orange County. So I'm so used to being here.
Yeah.
That's why we decided, well, let's just get a house down here and still do our thing.
But
And
you're doing great in Orange County.
yeah, I think so. I feel like, hey, we're making it here.
Yeah.
This is
Yeah.
wonderful. This is wonderful.
It's hard, I mean, again, this is something I talk about all the time with people. I interviewed this engineer who I love. His name is Alfonso Rodinas. He's from Spain originally. He's a very talented artist and a great engineer. And we were talking, and he said, I loved this. He said, above this line is people who are really famous, like, the big
Yeah,
people who
yeah.
everybody knows.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, everybody else is below this line. And that made me go, yeah, man, my the community is bigger than I even imagined, because, people like you and I, of course, we have friends who have scattered across the globe, and we may
Oh,
have
yeah.
traveled, and
And
we
family.
have, and you have, obviously, you guys have your fans there and your successes, um, and it's, you get to thinking, how much do I really need?
Oh,
How
yeah.
much fame do I need? Am I doing what I want to do? Actually, interestingly, my girlfriend asked me this the other day. She said, if you closed your eyes and just imagined what more you want, right? um, and she said, what would you like to be doing in the future?
Mhm.
And actually, it reminded me of something that I've thought about for years, which is I actually like everything I'm doing. I just think it's on a small scale.
Ah,
So I would like to do the same things, but on larger
on a
scale.
bigger scale.
Yeah. Then that's it.
That's a
I'm
good
happy.
description. Yeah, that's a tight description. I like that. I like that because yeah, I'd like to do some bigger things. I would like to do some bigger things. I feel like I'm in a transitional period too, because I've always wanted to let's just do some jazz festivals in California. There's a lot of them. So let's just do that. But then, life happens along the way too.
Yeah.
So you got to take care of that. And I think that it happens with everybody. So everybody has changes and adaptations they have to make along the way. So whatever we're in right now, we're in it. This is it. So let's make the best of what we have right here, right here. And meanwhile, I'll try to figure out all right, how can I go to this step? You know, that CD that I recorded was huge for me. And the performance, the show, the biggest thing we've ever done, the biggest thing we've ever done. And wow, I feel like, okay, I reached this. I'm at the top of the mountain right now, Ma. I'm at the top. So I'm glad I'm here. I guess that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm happy here. And I could be a little bit happier with a bigger here.
Yeah.
Just like you said, just a bigger here. I like it here. I think I'll write that down. A bigger here.
Sounds like a good name for a song, doesn't it?
Bigger here. Yes. I'm going to write that down. A bigger. I like that. I like that.
Let's see. You have a few more hellos. Annie Laurie Myers.
We were college friends. Annie, you were the one who got me started loving Barbra Streisand. I mean, I loved Barbra Streisand watching the movie Funny Girl, and I loved that. And I loved how she sang, so I would always pretend that Nikki Onstein, I want to name. But Annie, when I got to college, she had this great, we were in the dormitory, she had this great sound system. And she played, one day I heard Barbra Streisand wafting around the corner of the dorm. Oh, what is that? I think I was hearing Little Boy Lost in Search of Little Boy. Oh my God. Thank you, Annie. You really broadened my life. I don't think she ever knew that, but it was great.
I would like to hear your song from your song, the cover song.
Oh, that's the.
Yeah.
Shall we dance on a bright cloud of music? Shall we fly? Shall we dance? Shall we then say goodnight and mean goodbye? Or perchance, when the last little star has left the sky, shall we still be together with our arms around each other? And shall you be my new romance? On the clear understanding that this kind of thing can happen, shall we dance? Shall we dance? Shall we dance? Shall we dance on a bright cloud of music? Shall we fly? Shall we dance? Shall we then say goodnight and mean goodbye? Or perchance, when the last little star has left the sky, shall we still be together with our arms around each other? And shall you be my new romance? With a clear understanding understanding that this kind of thing can happen. Shall we dance? Shall we dance? Shall we dance? Shall we dance on a bright cloud of music? Shall we fly? Shall we dance? Shall we then say goodnight and mean goodbye? Or perchance, when the last little star has left the sky, shall we still be together with our arms around each other? Shall you be my new romance on a clear understanding that this kind of thing can happen? Shall we dance? Shall we dance? Shall we dance? Ooh, let's dance.
Oh, Lena, it's really wonderful. You sound great.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Do
your
you like
singing
it? Do
is
you like
great.
it? Do you like it?
I do. Your singing sounds great.
Thank
And of
you.
course, a gorgeous string arrangement.
Oh yeah.
Great. Is it a trio or quartet, I'm assuming?
The rhythm section is we've got George. We had two guitars, George, Miles Jensen, Lyman Medeiros, and Alex Bailey. So one, two, three, four. And Tony, he was there when we needed him. Tony Guerrero and Rob Whitlock on the piano. So
Nice.
six, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah, that was beautiful. Your singing sounds
Thank
great.
you very much. Thank
Yeah.
you.
I'm curious. Just curious. Did you listen a lot to Nat King Cole?
Yeah. Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
I kind of heard some of that, in your,
Uh,
in the combination of who you are.
I love, always loved Nat King Cole. When I was a kid, I spent a lot of time watching TV. I was a quiet, very shy. TV was my friend. So late night shows, variety shows, Merv Griffin, Johnny Carson, uh, Playboy After Dark,
Oh yeah.
that one.
Yeah.
So I loved watching all of these famous people singing and dancing. That was actually my beginning of loving music. I
Yeah.
never did hear that much at home. I knew my parents loved music, but they were busy people and
Yeah.
they got home and crashed.
Yeah.
My dad, for a long time, he owned a bar, so he was out till all hours.
Oh, wow.
But I know we had these old records at home, old 78s, and I wish I had kept them, but we didn't really listen to that much music. So I got it from TV. And I
Yeah.
loved the way that Nat King Cole pronounced his words and his lyrics and
Very distinctive. Yeah.
oh, I loved it.
Yeah.
And
So yeah, it's interesting. I've never, I mean, sometimes that comes to you when you're hearing somebody, who has been singing a long time and, you know, you hear the mixture of things, right?
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah.
sometimes people don't even like they exhibit that, but they really haven't listened to that artist. It's just maybe the artist they've listened to that artist, you know,
Yeah.
and yeah. So, but yeah, that was yeah. Your singing was just beautiful there.
Thank you. I
Did
used to
you?
love Morgana King too.
Me too.
Morgana King and
That's where I learned all blues from
oh
organic.
really?
Yeah.
Wow, cool.
Oh,
Wow.
oh, see, whatever she did.
She's great. Man, she was expressive. Oh God.
Michael Wright is here. Hi, Michael.
Hey, Michael.
Um, yeah, Morgana King, yeah. Well, I like you. I listened, I watched all those shows, and
Uh-huh.
my dad was a sax player, and so he had a
Oh, right.
collection, and so I that's what, I grew up listening. But mostly it was I listened to Ella, and
Yes.
he didn't
Yeah.
have a wide vocalist collection. He was more big band kind of thing. Um, he wasn't really a bebop guy. And so Ella, Judy Garland,
Yes.
what's her name? Rosemary Clooney.
Rosemary Clooney. Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't really have Sarah Vaughan or Carmen. It wasn't until I got into college that I started listening to them, you know.
Yeah. For me, it wasn't until I mean, I had heard them. I knew who they were. But when I got into that big band and started doing my little one song here and there,
Yeah,
I started listening so much to Ella and Sarah Vaughan and Carmen McRae, Nancy Wilson, and
yeah,
it just expanded, just opened up my life at that
yeah,
point.
yeah, yeah.
And then that's when I started hearing Rosemary Clooney and oh gosh, who's the other great singers of that era. This is what happens when you get to be my age.
Well,
Yeah.
there's so many singers too. Dinah Washington,
Oh yes,
you
I
know,
loved her. I love her.
and of course Billie Holiday, and I mean the famous ones that were there. The big band singers, the normal big band singers like with Stan Kenton and stuff, I wasn't really into them that much. But people like Ella, who
No, yeah.
I mean, that was really kind of to me a cut above, you know.
Oh God, yeah. Oh God. And then I saw her once. I went with a friend of mine. What a what an experience that was. She fell off of the stage at that performance. There's probably a lot of people who went to that particular, but I think that was in the 80s too. And she had fallen off the stage. And of course, everybody in the audience was like, what's happening
Yeah.
right now? She got up and said, oh, well, I guess now you could say I really fell for you. Oh my God. Don't worry. I've got my doctors here. They're all worried. I'll be fine. Oh my God.
It sounds like it was a little later in her life.
Yes.
Yeah.
It was in the 80s. So yeah.
Wow. She fell off the stage,
She
man.
felt, yeah, I don't know. She was just singing and walking and boom. And
Well, when I saw her, I was in college. So it was probably
oh,
around
early on.
73 or something. And remember she would forget words, right? So
Oh,
she was singing, I think she was singing The Way We Were or something. And I wasn't sitting too far from the front, and she forgot the words, and I called them out to her.
all right. Yeah. Did
Yay!
she hear you?
Yeah.
Fantastic. I dream of people like that. Don't be afraid to mouth the words because sometimes I forget. Yeah. And then I just fake it. That is so cute.
Yeah.
Oh, Ella Fitzgerald heard me. Oh my God, what a thrill that must have been.
Yeah, and one time I had twin sisters older than me too, and they were singers. And my mom took us to the Boston Commons to see Judy Garland live. We
Oh,
were right in the front, it was
oh,
outside. And
oh.
actually, it started raining, and this was back in the day, my mother sent my sisters to go get umbrellas. And I must have been, I'm sure I wasn't more than 10. I'm sure maybe 7 or 8.
Uh-huh.
So you could send your 13-year-olds off into Boston to get an umbrella
Oh,
and
right.
hurry.
Back then. Yeah.
So, but
Yeah.
anyway,
Go down this corner and buy me something. This. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Try to.
We were just talking to my Japanese friend last night about what they do in Japan. I guess it's standard practice, which I actually didn't know. When the Japanese kids are about 4 or 5, they get kind of initiated into the world by sending them off. There's a whole video series about this, but they send them off to shop.
I just heard something like that, and I thought that can't be true.
It's true. My
But it
girlfriend
is.
actually did it herself. She said the first few times her mother walked her down to the road and the store was across the street and she sent her off into the street and to the
Wow.
store. After that, she sent her from the apartment. She didn't even walk down to the road. And she was like
Wow.
4 or 5. But
I
everybody
heard that and I
knows.
couldn't believe my ears.
Yeah.
What?
Everybody knows this is happening. And it probably doesn't happen in the big cities.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So, yeah. Wow. I can't even imagine that. I wouldn't let my kid go to grade school.
I know, I know.
What? It was only 2 blocks away. I wouldn't even let her walk by herself.
I
Ridiculous.
have a friend here, also Roland, who, if he lived near you, he'd probably come see you a lot. But he said, amazing tones, so full of overtones. I'm in.
Oh,
And Michael
oh, thank
Ray,
you, Roland.
Michael says, Ella could sing the phone book. Yes, that's true.
That's really true. Once I got to tell you one more story about somebody that I've seen. I worked at the UCI campus for many years. Like I said, I worked there 30 years. And I think this again was in the late 80s, but they had Sarah Vaughn come in for a music series because they have a big park in the center. So she came on. I didn't believe it till I got there. I said, this is not really Sarah Vaughan. This can't be Sarah. This must be somebody, singing the songs of Sarah or something like that. But it really was her. It was fabulous. So it was, sit on the lawn and watch her. But she came out with one of my favorites by her, which I started singing was I've Got the World on a String. And she came out, I got the world on a string. And then she was like, wait a minute, what song are we singing? And then she just cracked. She just cracked up. I threw my arms up through the air. Thank you. Thank you. It happens to even you. Thank you. I love that. B.
Yeah, pretty funny. Pretty cute, man.
I just love it. Just tell me your mistakes. I make them all the time. Oh, and I just laugh. I just
Yeah.
laugh.
My mistakes are more about arrangement mistakes, that
Oh,
or I want to do something, or maybe I don't remember, the form of the song, like how the arrangement goes. I'm
oh,
more about those kind of mistakes. And because I still actually keep words kind of in the general area, usually, except for songs like standards that I know I've
uh-huh.
been doing a million years and
Yeah,
stuff. But
yeah. Sung over and over and over and
yeah,
over and over and over.
but even my originals, I sometimes go blank on. It just happens.
Sure,
Yeah.
sure. Really, it's only natural. I think that when I'm doing, I have, I don't know, 100 or so songs that I usually pick from. And I've just been doing them so long. I just know them because people will say to me, "How do you remember all the words?" I said, "Well, when you sing it over and over again for years, it helps a lot. It helps a lot." But new songs, I have to sing it to get it in my head. And when you're not singing all of the time, it's so easy to lose it, to lose that focus. And
What
then,
new songs? What new songs are you working on?
um, well, right now, I am actually I'm not working on that many new songs. Right? I'm singing the ones that from my CD. Only one of them was a new song for me.
Yeah.
Um, so I'm just making sure I get the arrangement
Yeah.
under my belt, like what you were saying about the arrangement. Let's get this arrangement. It's a little bit different than how I was singing it for years, but I'd like to do a couple more jazzy things. I heard Night in Tunisia the other day. Some more jazzy tunes. Take five, just a few more really jazzy songs. As I can stretch out and go away from real jazz to a little more contemporary. And I love contemporary. I think I'm contemporary, but I'd like to do a few more little jazzy things. Recently we did Shaka Khan's tune. So we did Shaka Khan. Look at me. What's the name of the song? I got to take my brain pill.
One of her famous
Take my
R&B
brain-
tunes. One of her famous R&B tunes.
Through the Fire. You remember Through the
Yeah,
Fire?
of course. Yeah, that's
So
a
what
great
we
song.
did was we got to the Through the Fire, to the limit, to the wall. So we swung that section. And it's really cool like that. We actually tried that many years ago, and
Yeah.
it was just so fun. Oh, come on, let's go back and do that again. So I like a few of the real jazzy ones, and then a few more contemporaries that cross over a little bit.
Yeah, well, I mean, the action toward taking old pop songs, and redoing them has been going on for the last
Yeah.
kind of 25 years, I'd say, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
me too. I'm just about to release a record called Social Anthems Volume 2.
Oh,
And
wow.
so, yeah, but Volume 1, let's see, it had, I just happen to have one in the front here.
All right.
So I had For What It's Worth, and I had an original. I usually try and put at least one original on. And So It Goes, which is,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, Down to Earth, which is a Peter Gabriel thing. Get Together now, the old one. And then Save the Children.
Oh, I just heard that. Oh my God, that's such a beautiful song. I
It's a
just heard
great
that this
song.
morning.
Yeah. Yeah,
And the-
actually, I was so into Marvin Gaye. So
Oh,
on the
yeah.
Social Anthems Volume 2 is Make Me Wanna Holler, the inner city
Yes.
blues.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. When I first heard that, I went, wow, Cathy's really stepping out there. Make me want to holler.
Yeah, man.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, I'm not exactly an R&B singer, but as I was in college and in the early years in LA,
Those were
we
the big
did
ones.
everything.
Yes.
So we did funk and, R&B, and Boston in the college days was really filled with a lot of different music, and Motown was coming in, and
Oh, yeah.
Woodstock, and
Oh,
so
yeah.
and everything was in the mix.
Did you go to Woodstock? You were too
No.
young.
I was just a little
Yeah.
too young. One more year, maybe I would have ran away and gone to Woodstock.
My brother, I wasn't old enough, but my brother was all set to go. And then my parents said no because he was just underage. But he's never forgiven them for that.
Yeah, that was
But
that was a pretty intense time.
Oh yeah.
I mean, for us, now is an intense time, but it's different because, you can see everything and know everything from the on being online. But then there was no
We were in
online,
it. We
so
were in it.
yeah,
We
yeah,
were in it. I distinctly remember the riots of 1968 and where I lived.
yeah,
They were, we were right there.
yeah.
My brother, he was, like I said, a little bit older, so he's in high school, and he tells stories about, well, I just kind of sat on the park bench at in high school, on break, and I'd see one group of white kids running after one black kid, and then the other way I'd see one group of black kids running after white. And he tried to make a joke out of it, which is what he does all the time. But we just lived
Yeah,
those times,
yeah,
and unfortunately, a lot of what's happened in the last few years has reminded me of those volatile times, and
absolutely.
being in those volatile times. And um, it was pretty wild.
It was
Times,
wild.
at times, yeah. And I was just post hippie,
Yeah,
so I knew hippies,
yeah,
I knew hippie wannabes,
yeah,
and it was kind of cool though. It was cool being immersed in all of that. And
yeah.
I still remember, oh my God, this just flashed in my head. I still remember standing, a friend of mine who was a hippie, she got me into protesting grapes. So we got in the 60s, she had me standing out front of the grocery store with her protesting grapes. Don't buy the grapes. Don't buy the grapes. The migrant workers aren't treated fairly. God, we really did live it. We really did. Oh my God.
Yeah, well, when I was in high school, that was when Kent State happened.
Uh,
So,
yeah.
and our high school, we were in Boston and Newton, and our school was progressive. Yeah, I mean, it was a regular high school, but it was still a bit progressive. Who knows? Maybe the principal or somebody
Uh-huh.
was.
Somebody.
And yeah, so Kent State, we didn't go to school. We were just sitting around the campus and stuff. Um, and yeah, and then the Boston riots, I think they were before that, but that was very intense. It was like, and it was kind of, I remember the feeling of being hurt, like shocked and hurt
Yeah,
that
it
that
was
would
painful.
be, yeah, because,
How
and
can this be happening? Is what was,
yeah,
why is this happening? I don't understand it.
yeah,
I don't like it. It's
yeah.
very uncomfortable.
Yeah,
And
because, I mean, without the infringement of older people's opinions, kids are just kids. They love everybody. I have a black friend, I have a Mexican friend, I have a white friend, it's just like we don't care. We don't
that's
even
what,
name that, we just,
yeah.
I have a
Right, right,
friend.
right.
So, yeah, but I remember that feeling. It was very upsetting. And
Mhm.
yeah,
Very.
so, but all of these things, these observations make us who we are as we go on. And if we're lucky enough to, continue being good people,
Mhm.
then that makes an effect on us.
There you have it. There you have it.
Yeah.
We've learned so much. Yeah.
And it's hard not to kind of, I understand. I mean, I'm still a very hopeful person. I'm the glass half full.
Me too.
Yeah.
Me too.
But it's hard to really stay super positive when you see so much like online and etc.
Yeah.
That
Bombarded with it.
shows the negative.
Oh God, yeah. We're bombarded with it.
Yeah.
So lately we've just been turning things off.
Yeah.
I'm gonna turn this off for a little while. I'll come back to it. I'm gonna turn this off for a little bit
I do a lot
and
of
listen to music.
listening. Definitely music. That's one reason why I'm so into it. But yeah, besides that, I've been listening to a lot of philosophy and
Hmm.
um, actually lately, you know what I discovered? I must be like maybe one of the only people who who has just discovered this. But if have you ever heard of the college, the university, Hillsdale? It's in the Midwest.
I don't think so.
Oh, good. So you're with me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay,
Uh-oh.
so this I couldn't sleep the other night after the Supreme Court shit. And so
Okay.
I got up in the middle of the night and I wanted to look online and see who was talking about it or if there was anything positive so I could sleep, you know. And I found this Hillsdale College, which several of my friends go, oh, yeah, Hillsdale College. It's like, okay. Anyway, I found this free course called American Citizenship and Its Decline. And it is so great because I don't know about you,
Really?
but I just don't feel educated enough to have good opinions. And this is really cool. And you can just do it at your leisure, you know. So I've been looking at it every
Oh,
day.
cool.
And the other thing that I found was somebody speaking about, they were telling about the Supreme Court, not like they were just telling what it was who, you know, the
Right.
fact that there was this woman, Amy, she's like become the swing vote.
Oh, yeah.
And, you know, they said, I really liked this and it made me feel a little better. You know, I'm a Democrat, I guess you could say, conservative Democrat, I guess. But I'm not enthralled with Biden. I wish they would put somebody younger. I mean, I just don't get why both parties just don't put somebody smart and younger and ethical into for
Oh,
competition.
sorry.
You know, I just don't get it. Anyway, but but this he said it doesn't even really matter about the presidential debate. He said just vote blue because otherwise you're going to see 20 more years
That's right.
of this kind of action. And that to me just made me feel better. It was like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
okay, yes,
Yeah.
I felt better about
That's
the
true.
debate.
It's true. And it's not just the president that's making a difference. It's everybody else.
Yeah,
Congress, the senators,
yeah.
everybody, they all make a difference. So it's still
This Hillsdale
important.
court is real.
Check that out.
Hillsdale course is really cool. I'm learning. You know, it's really very interesting
Interesting.
where democracy even started. You know,
That
Greece and
sounds
Rome.
interesting. Yeah, that sounds interesting. I'm with you. I need some more solid background.
Yeah,
Yeah. I guess I didn't pay attention too much in civics. No, I
I
didn't.
didn't either. History was not my highlight.
Oh God, I used to make fun of my civics teacher.
Well, they didn't understand. For some reason, history at that time was not it wasn't taught by interesting teachers. My English teacher was great. He was this is what kind of guy he was. We went in for our first English class in high school, and he was talking the whole time. And when the bell rang, he said, "Oh, by the way, I lied." And we were all sitting there like we didn't we were so blown away by that. And that's the kind of guy he was. He was like, you know, and then one time I went back to visit him, you know, years later. I went into his class and the kids were standing up on the desks and debating.
Oh, oh,
And he wasn't even in the room. They were debating what the subject.
wow.
So he was a kind of an
Okay,
electrifying teacher, you know.
okay,
He was cool.
okay. The only thing I remember about my high school history was that was right when Nixon was on trial. So it was
Oh, okay.
right then. So he had us watching it every till we got through the thing.
Yeah, I
See, that's what I
remember.
mean.
Yeah,
We've lived through so much
yeah, we did.
in our time. And maybe that's what makes music even sweeter because when I'm performing, I just love it. I just love the band, the musicians. I love musicians that, being all together and making that sound, making the beauty, just helping people to forget what is really happening outside those doors and just enjoying the moment together, no matter who's there, no matter what side you're on politically or
Yeah.
religiously. Just we're enjoying each other. Can't we just listen to music and enjoy each other for a minute? And I love that. I love that. It's very meaningful.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel more and more as I get older,
Yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
uh, I feel this creative urge to, I mean, I've always known that, like what I've been good at, right? Like in singing. I've always known that I could touch people, mostly with ballads as I was growing up, but,
Yeah.
then on. And then, but in more recent years, I really feel that, um, this vibration that I can come up with the musicians and me and the music, the songs.
Oh God. Yeah.
And I'm really drawn to that over and over again because I can feel the effect, you know,
Yeah. Yeah.
and
And it's
people
marvelous.
need it. Yeah.
It's marvelous. I don't know. I can't say enough about it. So if I ain't having fun, it's not worth me being there.
Yeah. Yeah.
I gotta have some fun. And that's part of the fun. It's just you hear what's happening here.
You should go to Japan if you haven't. They
I
would love you more.
haven't. I haven't. So
They really love a real singer. I mean, real. You know what I mean? Like what we're talking about, real.
yeah.
Yeah, that's what they really love. That's
Okay, I'm
just
making a note here. Kathy said go to Japan.
Yeah, and once you go and get some gigs one time, you're going to go back again and again because they're very loyal and they'll help you set it up again and again and
Oh, okay. You have to tell me who to call.
yeah.
My good friend, the skipper, Henry
Yeah.
Franklin, just came back. I said, okay, come on. He's still traveling. Come on. We got to do this thing.
He's
We
such a
gotta do
cutie
this.
pie.
Oh, he's a love. He's a love.
Yeah. He was one of the first friends that I had when I was in my early 20s here.
Oh,
He had
wow.
he had like an all-night gig at a place called Pips on
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, the old Pips. Do you remember the old Pips?
I do. I never went, but I remember, and my husband remembers it.
Yeah, it was on like Hollywood or Sunset and Laurel Canyon, and it was all night. And he was one of those guys, those good guys, great music and just
Yeah.
kind of, I'm going to take care of you, and I see you, that kind of guy.
Yeah, yeah. Sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah, he's
yeah.
sweet.
Yeah, recently it was Pierre Chambers' record. I hired him for Pierre's
Oh,
record.
right. I heard him on that. I did.
Yeah,
He's, oh, what a fabulous bassist he is. Yeah, we've worked with him too, of course, over the years. Him and Donald Dean on drums.
yeah.
Donald is actually Tootie. He introduced us to Donald Dean because Tootie had to step away from the series we were doing, and then he brought in Donald Dean, another fantastic drummer. I saw you
Truly
interviewing him.
fantastic.
I saw you interviewing him once. Oh, Donald.
Truly fantastic.
Yeah.
One time when I was booking that place downtown, the Bar Fedora, and across
Oh,
from Disney
right.
Hall, I tried to create this drum series or something, because I thought, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
Donald Dean, come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
elegant and history but I couldn't whip it up. I couldn't whip up the interest in that.
Mhm.
Um, but Donald Dean, man, he's
Oh,
a
yeah.
gorgeous player. And the Heath brothers. One time I played with a few of the Heath brothers in
Oh,
Torrance in a Japanese series that was happening. I could not believe it. I'd been in music all my life, but I had never felt that quality, particular quality that, I mean, yeah, they are the shit.
They're the shit. They're the shit, man.
They are, man.
They rest their souls.
Yeah. Yes, Roland. And by the way, Kevin, I was telling Elena I would be at Elena's show, and those of you listening, you're going to have to make a big decision.
Yes.
Elena has a show Saturday, and so does Pierre Chambers have a show Saturday. So
I'm sorry, Pierre. Everybody's coming to mind. So,
except
and
me.
he's got 3 nights, I believe, right?
One night.
Oh, I thought he had 3 nights. I'd like to go see him myself. Oh, well, I'll be there. No, I can sing to 1 or 100 or 200, and I'll do the same thing. So I just like to have some fun. So everybody come out to see me. Me. I need a Pierre with a cross through it. Don't tell him I said that.
I hope he's not listening to this.
Don't tell him I said that.
I won't. So let's hear something else. I'm interested in, what are you doing the rest of your life?
Oh, yes, with a solo from Arturo Sandoval.
Is this from a record, or
This is from my new CD.
Oh,
That's another one from the new
let's
CD.
listen to this.
What are you doing the rest of your life? North and south and east and west of your life. I have only one request of your life, that you spend it all with me. All the seasons and the times of your days, all the nickels and the dimes of your days. Let the reasons and the rhymes of your days all begin and end with me. I want to see your face in every kind of light, in fields of dawn and forests of the night. And when you stand before candles on a cake, well, let me be the one to hear the silent wish you make. Those tomorrows waiting deep in your eyes, in a world of love you keep in your eyes. I'm awakened, what's asleep in your eyes. It may take a kiss or two. Through all of my life,
beautiful.
Thank you.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Thank you.
And again, who's arranging these songs?
Bob Barrett.
Bob
He
Barrett.
was arranging. Tony arranged a couple of them too. Tony arranged Shall We Dance? And both of them are just terrific. Just terrific. And I don't know. Again, I'm blessed. I'm blessed. What a thrill it was to have Arturo Sandoval, Dr. Arturo Sandoval. I was like a kid in a candy store. Wow, I can't even believe I'm here with this man. He's just, I remember him. Speaking of old shows, I used to watch on Merv Griffin.
Really?
Merv Griffin. I'm talking, yeah, decades. He looked, well, I told him that. He looked at me and went, that was a long time ago.
Yeah, he must have been super young.
Oh, God, yeah. He was just, I'm not even sure if he was out of Cuba. I think he was just out of Cuba. And I thought he was amazing then. They were just blown away then.
Yeah.
Anyway, very graciously, he did that for me.
So were the arrangements, the string arrangements, were they done after the quartet or whatever it was, septet, quintet, and you did your rough tracks, or did the string arrangements come before you sang, or what?
Well, Bob worked on everything before. So we first recorded the rhythm section. And after that, then we brought in the orchestra.
Yeah.
At the strings and the strings. I love the strings.
Yeah.
I love strings. So, yeah, but he did it all. I think he's an amazing arranger. I'm some of the work
It's
on there.
beautiful, yeah.
Gosh. And he's really worked hard, because when we first talked about it, it was over 7 years ago.
Yeah.
I was with a friend at his home studio, and we were just talking about doing music, and I was saying I'd love to do a recording session with an orchestra, and he was just talking about how good it is and how contemporary music has really got a wonderful place in the music world, and he thought I would do really well. And then he said, well, I know Bob Barrett. Bob Barrett's done a lot of work for Disney movies, for a lot of Disney animated movies. And he called him, but I spoke to him for the first time. I said, is this like possible that I could do some jazz standards, with a string orchestra? And he got excited about the idea. And I said, all right, I'll keep in touch. So we just kept in touch over the years. That was Julio Figueroa. That was his house.
Yeah.
Bless his heart. He's a wonderful drummer and musician. And anyway, so I kept in touch with Bob. And then I had been working a lot at Campus Jacks, as you can see by the videos that I've sent you. And Arturo actually did a concert there with Tony Guerrero, because they did an album together. So it just, I don't know, the timing, you know how that expression goes, the timing is everything. So he was in there, and I asked, is this possible to have him do a solo on one of my songs? I didn't even know which one yet. And we got it happening. And there it was. So from then to now, and picking the songs too, was Bob, and Tony helped me with that. Mostly Bob, though. And when we first started talking about songs, we were on the same page. He pulled up songs from movies. Shall We Dance always reminds me of The King and I, when famous scene with Yul Brynner reaching out to dance with a car.
Yeah.
Oh, Mrs. Anna. And so that's where Shall We Dance is. And he was thinking along those same lines. He was thinking old movies. He thought about movies from White Christmas. The best things happen while you're dancing. I said, oh, I love that song too. So we were just having fun talking about all these songs we could do. And we didn't do that one, but it was a lot of fun. And he helped a lot. Of course, there were some ones I had to do. And Tony helped with that too. I loved Here's to Life. And he said, well, I don't see why you can't do whatever songs you want to do. It's too many slow songs. I was like, he said, no, you don't need a formula. This is a one-time big deal. You don't have to worry so much about that.
Yeah.
So I did a couple that my husband and I have done Come Rain or Come Shine for a long time. And I've been singing Send in the Clowns for a long time, which is one of my all-time faves. And Here's to Life, which was, I learned from, of course, Shirley Horne. Wonderful, wonderful Shirley Horne. And I don't know, I'm really pleased with all of it. And I hope everybody else is.
So what's next after, in a month or so? What are you going to start focusing on?
Yeah, because it's like coming out of a cloud after doing that big concert.
Yeah.
Wow. So much energy, so much thought. So actually, George is working on a project, an instrumental project, songs that he's written long ago, and he kind of reworked them with Alex Bailey. He's producing them. Have you met Alex Bailey yet? He's drummer.
No.
Fantastic drummer. Came out from New York, and he's down here in Orange County. We got him. We got him. But he's worked with Marcus Miller a lot. So very, very good drummer, very good ear. So we'll see what happens with that. So we're focusing on that. And I'm just looking at what can I do? Where can I go? I've got your note here. Go to Japan. So where can I go? What can I do? Who do I talk to?
Yeah.
So that kind of thing. Just things are running through my mind. Just would like to do, like I said before, festivals. I'd love to do that and see what I can make happen with the help from my friends.
Yeah, that's about right, Who are who's a few singers you like in this particular time period?
Well, I'm really enjoying Samara Joy.
Yeah.
Really enjoying her. And Celeste McLaurin. Yeah. Wow. Yeah. She is jazz.
Samara's amazing.
Yeah.
But Celeste is,
Yeah.
yeah,
She's something else.
yeah, it's just a joy to listen to her.
Something else.
Did you hear her French record?
No.
It's kind of recent, and
I'll have to check that out.
if I listen to people singing French, I can be moved and very nice. But with her expression is so amazing.
Right on it, isn't it?
You don't feel like you're listening to a foreign language.
I've got to hear it.
It's really beautiful.
I've got to hear it.
Yeah.
So I just listen to a wide variety of music too. And the interesting part is, so I have a channel on Pandora, and the other music that comes up besides mine, it's so cool to listen to. I mean, Cassandra.
Yeah. Wilson.
Cassandra Wilson. Who's the what is is this? What is this? I need coffee or something. What is this? Um, what is that lozenge you have? Wait. Is that for the brain? Um, anyway, so I'm loving, and they're all contemporary. I not all contemporary, but a lot of them are contemporary. It is so much fun to listen to such a wide group of voices.
Yeah.
I don't know how they do it. It must be AI.
Yeah.
It must be AI inspired, but
Yeah, there's something that
so much
they
fun.
think you sound like or that you would like,
Yeah.
depending on what you pick to listen to.
And
Yeah,
it's so much fun. Oh, I like them.
yeah, yeah. I
I really like the
I have
males.
a large Spotify list that I listen to because
Yes, you
also
do.
like on iTunes, I guess, it gives you the different categories that you can listen to
Right.
and the jazz categories. And yeah, I am there's one category. I mean, I really like to listen to modern jazz and there's I mean, it's kind of mind-boggling how many people are putting out music.
It is.
It's like
It is. It is.
mind-boggling. Actually, during the pandemic, as I was doing the show, it was kind of a duh moment because I just realized there's so many of us across the planet, and we're actually balancing the planet. We don't get talked about like that in like regular society, but
Oh,
that's what's happening. We
yeah.
are balancing the planet because if it wasn't for us
Oh,
musicians,
oh,
um,
yeah.
it'd be a dead planet.
Oh, God, yeah. Oh, no, I can't imagine life without
Yeah.
a day without it.
No.
I can't imagine it. I
It's
can't.
a religion.
It's a release.
I was talking about that. We have a room up here in a church in Eagle Rock, St. Barnaby's, and the room is called the Harmony Room. And they
Oh,
have,
yeah, I heard it. Yeah.
yeah, they have a really interesting mix of people who come and play. Really good musicians, a lot of jazz, but mixed as well.
Uh-huh.
And the pastor, he's really interesting. He's been the pastor there for about 25 years. There's one in Eagle Rock and there's one in Hollywood, which he just started having music at. I mean, they have music, of course, on Sundays, but with friends of ours who play for the Sundays services. But yeah, we were talking about it and how he came along. He was a singer actually when he was young, and that's how he actually got drawn into the church. And and then he just got into what the church was about. And but yeah, we were just talking about music and religion. How it is connected, right?
Well, yeah.
It's it.
Yeah.
'Cause
Oh,
that's what we're experiencing to
oh my
me. We're
God. Yeah.
experiencing God. It's like that's why I want to do it because that feeling of connection, you know.
Well, that's true. I think you're right, Kathy. No, that's so true. It's so special. And look how it moves you. Look how it can change your mood. It can make your mood. It's just a powerful thing. So you're right. I guess it is a religion. A religion of music.
To me, it is actually,
Yeah.
jazz especially.
Yeah.
I mean, all music does that, but because jazz has been my life for so long. But
Mhm.
yeah, it's just because it's something I practice that makes me connected to God. So, I mean, what else is religion? Something you
Yeah, that's
practice
true,
that
huh?
brings you closer to God. So,
True.
yeah,
I
it's a
like the way you
beautiful
put that.
thing.
I like the way you phrase that.
Yeah, what did I Oh, last night I was listening to, I don't know his whole name, Sham Tibbetts, something like that. He was Rumi's teacher. Now, the only reason I came across him was because I was on YouTube. Usually I listen to Eckhart Tolle or
Yeah, yeah.
somebody like that, and this 40 rules of Shabbat, Sham,
Oh, right. Uh-huh.
and and then I looked into him because I figured this has got to be from a long time ago, and it was from like the 1800s, and he was Persian. He was a poet, a spiritual poet, and there are a few different stories of how he met Rumi, anecdotal, but he met Rumi, and Rumi became his student, and a lot of people know Rumi because his quotes are beautiful, and even at the Blue Whale, he had a Rumi quote on the ceiling.
Oh,
But
really?
yeah,
Oh,
so
wow.
but there was this beautiful one of the rules um, had to do with what was it? It was these 4 degrees of, not sure what, I have to go back and listen, but it talked about 4 degrees of awareness, of
Okay.
spiritual
I've heard of
awareness,
this.
of
This is
work.
sounding
Yeah,
very familiar.
it was really good. And the first was just kind of everybody's, you're just looking at whatever it is.
Hmm.
Second one is deeper, it's inside of you. So that's like a deeper one. And then the third one is, I wish I could remember everything. I have to look at it again so it really is clear in my language. But
Uh-huh.
the
Mhm.
third one was super deep. You're working on stuff. And then the fourth one is so deep that it's intangible.
Hmm.
So I thought,
Wow.
oh yeah, that's
Wow.
that's kind of like what we were just talking about. Music, I feel like music is intangible. And this kind of conversation, I've been wanting to, something that's been percolating in my mind. I've wanted to maybe make a show about this, and
Hmm.
invite different people who are really into it, who
Right.
are attached to music, like possibly Michelle Coltrane and
Yeah.
Mondavid. These people are,
That would be inspirational. Right.
yeah, right.
Uh,
So, and talk actually, I mean, have it written out so that we wouldn't just, be, you know, limping
right.
along in
Sure.
conversation, but talk about this kind of stuff so that, I think it would,
Hmm.
if it became something that people wanted to see,
Yeah.
then it would make a ripple, you know?
Making a difference. There you
Yeah.
go. There you go, Kathy, trying to make a difference again. You just never stop. Uh, well, between music and art, visual art,
Yeah,
uh, both. I speak to some visual artists and they feel the same way. They
yeah,
feel like this is communicating.
yeah,
This is making life better. This is, I don't know. So I started thinking, why don't I put these two together? And that's why I have this little show called Art and Jazz.
oh yeah,
I started it during well, maybe 10 years ago. I had like a festival for a day at a local museum. It's called the Museo.
yeah,
And it's in Anaheim. Beautiful Museo Cultural Center. Beautiful little place.
yeah,
Great vibe. They bring in some wonderful exhibits. So I had a show there. I had jazz going out through the day. So I let some students perform, and then I had other performers in the afternoon, a little older, and then I got to do the evening show. So it was very good. And the artwork that came in, Billy Red,
yeah,
you know who Billy Red is,
yeah,
fabulous artwork he has.
yeah,
Um, got him to display some of that. So we mounted several artists. Um, oh my gosh, I'm missing her name. Talia Long, Nia Long's mother. Nia Long, the actress,
oh,
her mother, Talia Long, also a beautiful artist. So I had her on display, and I had several other artists. But it was it was just such a nice combination. At any rate, that was a live program. So during the pandemic, I thought, well, maybe I could propose doing this virtually. So I did that. So I just combined, I tried to get people who I could talk to, and some I interviewed. So this was the time when we were still commingling
Yeah.
together. So I interviewed the skipper because he has a beautiful art collection.
And talk about his house, man.
And his house. Yes, it's like a museum on its own. And I would play music to go along with that, some of his and some of others. So that was my show. And recently, so I'm doing a residency there at the museum. So recently they said, well, why don't we just do a live show? We can go back to that.
Yeah.
So they have exhibits going on, and I try to fit into the exhibits. And I'm working with the young musicians, Cal State Fullerton College. So I'm trying to touch base with them and bringing them in to provide some music, as I just love those kids. And it really gives them a sounding board to be out in the community and performing and actually doing their thing. And it's really enjoyable for me. I have another show. I do it quarterly. So I have another show coming up. We're going to talk about New Orleans jazz, and it'll be fun. And the kids will be there. When is that? July 28th. So that's live on site
Soon,
at the museum. And it's just a lot of fun. It's just a couple of hours in the afternoon, but
yeah.
Fun.
Is there pay involved for any of your musicians that work?
Yes.
How do you handle that?
The museum handles that.
Oh,
So I asked them if they had a budget, because I didn't want to bring them in voluntarily. They need to make money and learn how to make money in music. So I told them what I wanted, and they said, okay, bring them in. And I think they found a sponsor. So it's really, really cool. So I'll keep that going quarterly. I hope to keep that going quarterly. That's a fun thing. And so I just love bringing art and music and jazz together.
Yeah.
Just the people who walk through, might not even like jazz or know jazz, but they just come and they love the music in the background while they're going through the exhibits. And it's nice. And then we get a chance to really talk about a topic. So I guess I would talk a little bit about New Orleans jazz and the funeral marches, the funeral processions, the dirge, and that should be fun. Should be fun.
Yeah, that's great. I love that idea. That's a real distinct creation, unusual, unique. Yeah.
I thought so.
Yeah.
It kept me going, because it helped me learn how to do some editing on Final Cut, and woo, that was
What were you editing?
the film. So I get the videos, and cut and paste, do some narrating about certain, musicians.
Oh,
Because I might focus on musicians for particular shows and talk about these musicians and how they work. And it's all on YouTube. If you ever want to catch one.
What is it? And it's on YouTube.
Art and Jazz. And I gave you a copy of one of them, I think.
Let's see.
Yeah, right. One of them. So it's Art and Jazz with ELENA GILLIAM, and it's at the Museo in Anaheim.
Oh yeah, here we are. Oh, can we take a little look at that?
Just because
Sure.
George is giving me that look from the back. I can tell. No, you didn't have to say anything. I can
Oh, that's not from
tell.
Okay, this is not, because let's see, art and jazz. It says art and jazz. That's where I went.
Oh, you did?
Let's try it again.
More music now.
Yep, that's
No.
where we went.
Okay, that's wrong.
Let me say art
And jazz.
jazz. ELENA GILLIAM,
ELENA
right?
GILLIAM.
ELENA GILLIAM. One of these.
That was a fundraiser. I'm ELENA Gilliam, and it's time for Art and Jazz. Today on Art and Jazz, I talk about Blue Note record label. Blue Note was not only known for the beginning of jazz, but also for phenomenal album covers. We'll talk about their album covers, a little bit of history about Blue Note Records, and I'll show you some of their album covers. I also have Southern California artist Janice D. Monaco. Janice is a great friend, and she's got some beautiful work that's a little more musically oriented. Stay tuned for her. And lastly, but firstly, I'm starting off with the Legend Showcase. Today, I have a clip from Sarah Vaughn, the Divine One, the Sassy Sarah. This is from the North Sea Jazz Festival, 1981. You will love it. It showcases her wonderful stage presence. Sit back and relax, and thanks for joining me for Art and Jazz.
Oh, cool. So you have clips and such?
Right.
This is marvelous.
So I do clips
Is there anything in particular you'd like to hear?
and
Something?
or exhibits too. I might
Okay.
do exhibits. So the exhibits that I pull in are all virtual. So
Yeah.
Anything up there?
Cool.
that's what I have to edit. So I plug those in and
Yeah. Oh, here we go. George Gaffney, Andy Simpkins, Harold Johns.
yeah, this is
The band, man.
this was a great clip.
Good. You got it. That's it, huh? Well, I don't know how to tell you this. But we're not doing any of those. I like to do that because I like to see who you've been listening to. And I can always tell by the names of the songs. If you say Tisket or Tasket, well, I just walk right off. No. Bless your heart. Thank you so very much for that wonderful ovation. I love you. Oops, that's okay. Don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. I had planned nothing else. I don't know any more songs. So
Yeah, this
you
is
think
the
you
end
could
of the
put this
concert.
mic over there, and then I'll play, and I'm sure after that you will all leave.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only way I can get you out of here is play the piano. Oh, you're gonna love it. Oh, boy.
Oh, God. George Gaffney was way too young there. Jeez.
Look at that, huh?
Yeah. Wow.
I usually, it's pretty tinny, this is. I usually show off a little bit to show you I know a little something about piano. This is show off time.
It's a great clip.
I know, I love her.
See, I just want to let you know. Sorry about that. All right? Stop laughing now. Okay.
Great song.
Once in a while, will you try to give one little thought to me? Knowing you think of me once in a while. Will you dream of the moments I share with you?
Yeah.
Moments before we two drifted apart. In love's smoldering ember, once by may remain. Love still can't remember that spark may burn. Every time I get lost on the piano, I gotta sing where I'm at. There I am, there I am, there I am, there I am. Sha wa 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 wa, shoo boo boo boo. Boo 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 boo. Well, I know you think of me once in a while. No, think of me. Now will you think of me? Now will you think of me? Once in a while.
Yeah, girl.
As soon as you applaud, this song will be over. As soon as you applaud, I'll be through. I'll be through. But you're not applauding, so I guess keep on going.
Isn't that great?
Oh, God. Gorgeous. Yeah, man, that's gorgeous. So
So I
this
just
is,
try to find clips like that.
yeah.
Just looking at a lot of different concerts from different artists. I did Nat King Cole once and got his teeth in there and yeah, his pronunciation.
Yeah.
Yes, different artists. And then I focus on one particular artist for the show or of course, now that it's live, I just go with, like I say, what's at the museo. And I'm hoping to have another one-day festival there again one day. And that's my hope. But
That's nice.
to see when I'm not busy.
That's nice. Yeah.
Takes a lot.
Yeah, it does. It takes a lot.
Need some minions to
Yeah,
get it.
I know. Yeah, I've often thought about, owning a club
Oh God, yeah.
or creating a festival, But again, like we were talking earlier, the smaller experiences of those I can do. I'm okay and I do it and
Yeah.
I can do it. I can be successful. But then there's what I'd like to be doing it this big. And
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
just now for whatever reason, is it because I do too many things or is it just because I just don't have the brain power to like really go, I have to do this much. I don't know. Who knows? But I'm happy doing what I'm doing. And when you just keep doing what you do, and like
True.
your career, right? You keep doing what you do, and people notice and offer their camaraderie and their experience, and then you have a new thing to do when because you have continued doing what you love.
Yeah. I talked to Barbara Morrison right before she passed away. And
Yeah,
one of the last things she said to me was, because I told her I was feeling kind of discouraged and, ah, you know,
yeah,
I think it was over a year ago. I said, well,
yeah.
it's a lot for me to figure out all my own. And it's just, anyway, so she said, don't ever give up. Don't ever stop. Don't ever stop. And she never did.
No, she never
She
did.
never did. And I said, okay,
Yeah,
that's
it's nice. It's nice that she can be an inspiration. I mean, it was cool that she spoke to you about it, but just by being her, she's an inspiration,
yeah,
you know?
yeah. Good God, never would stop.
Yeah, I remember, I remember, in maybe the year before she died, she, and with both legs gone, right?
Mhm.
She had gone to Australia,
Oh, geez.
performed, and came back, and like that night, she went to perform somewhere. You know,
What? Yeah. Mm.
but that's cool. That's
It is. It is.
yeah. I actually when I was in Japan and Korea this last month, I was there were some days that were really days and weeks, that were really full, and I was tired, my voice was tired, and but I didn't I just I just decided, yeah, I'm going to do it. Actually, the last night, was it the last night? Yeah, the last night that I was there in Korea, the student had a gig, but she really wanted a lesson with me from 10 to 12 at night. And,
Oh, God.
I thought about it, and I had been traveling a lot, like going from place to
Yeah.
place in
Yeah.
Korea. And so I was kind of, yeah, why not? So I took a nap in the evening.
Good for
I
you.
got up and I taught her. Yeah,
Excellent.
you
Yeah.
just
See,
do it, right?
you grabbed every minute you could,
Yeah,
and she was the richer for it too.
yeah,
And that's beautiful.
yeah.
That's beautiful.
Oh,
Well,
it looks like the YouTube is down or something. Live feed on YouTube is down. Um,
really.
yeah. Okay. Well, what can I say? Your
Yeah.
stream was interrupted. Oh, you know why? Because so annoying.
Why?
I mean, we're practically at the end here, but because somehow they know that there was a copyright issue. It must have been the
Oh,
Sarah Vaughn,
yeah.
but it's
Wow.
amazing, So
Really?
they take it down, and then after the fact they will mute that part. You won't be able to see it or mute it, but after and before is okay, but not something like that. Even if you had a clip that was maybe put out, distributed, or licensed by somebody else,
Hmm.
that your clip might even be taken down. I'm through with worrying about it. I used to worry about it early on, but it's
Oh,
just
yeah.
it's just not worth worrying about.
That's what I love about you, Kathy. You're like, well, don't worry about it. You
We
said
got
that to me once. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
really.
Yes, you did. Because I don't know, it's something about people leaving my mail list or something. Oh,
Oh
don't worry about it.
yeah. Yeah, cares, man? We're gonna keep going
Yes.
anyway. You know,
Yes.
I had a great girlfriend in the old days, and she was a great singer, and she kept not going out and singing, and musicians thought she was great. They wanted to work with her, but she was put off by club owners. And I was
Oh,
like,
well, that's
I'm not letting
understandable.
any club owners stop me from singing. I'm
Yeah.
just going to sing.
Are
I
you
don't
kidding? It
care.
would never work.
Yeah, exactly.
Kidding?
Which is what happened to her.
Oh,
She never
wow.
worked. Then she moved.
Wow.
Anyway,
Lord.
it's 2 hours.
I can't believe it.
That's what people
I
say.
can't believe it. You just know how to keep a conversation going. I'm telling you.
Well, it's fun. It's fun to, you know, we have so much to talk about, and we can listen to you sing, and you know, it's great.
Well, I so enjoy your presence. You just have such a marvelous presence about you. And you've
Oh,
always
thank
been
you.
like that to me.
Thanks.
I just smile when I think of, oh, Cathy.
The feeling's mutual.
Oh, thank you. And I hope to run into you soon.
Me
Be at
too.
maybe at another peer show.
Yeah, yeah. Or your show or
I
my
show
show. I
yes.
mean, whatever. I don't know. You know, like we say, we don't really travel that much, but I really should travel a little more.
It can happen. Yeah, it can happen.
It could happen.
It can happen. No worries. It will happen. So thank you
Um,
so much for inviting me.
you are welcome. Say hello to your husband, and
I will.
I'm
I
just going
will.
to tell people about a few things that are coming up this week besides your concert on Saturday.
Great.
Tomorrow night, Calabria, Foti, and Bob McChesney are at Vibrato. Do you know them?
Oh, I know of them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Talk about beautiful arrangements. If you've never heard Calabria's records,
Oh,
check them out. They are
okay.
gorgeous arrangements. You'll love them.
Mm.
And she's a string player, so there's
Oh,
always strings. And
oh,
Bob's, you know, the king of trombone. Anyway, they moved out of town um, into Nashville, and so um,
they're
they
just
are
visiting for
back
this?
here, huh?
They're just visiting for this?
They're visiting because their daughter's getting married here, and so they were very very involved with studios and you know a lot of friends here, and so yeah, so they're doing vibratos Tuesday tomorrow, and let's see another fabulous thing. And I'll mention yours at the end because I want people to go away with thinking about it. On Sunday the 14th, Dave Ross has produced at the Ebell Theater in the afternoon Mary Stallings in Houston Person.
Oh,
There's
nice.
yeah, so anybody who
Oh,
likes
nice.
this stuff that we've been listening to today, you really should make
Oh,
it.
nice.
It's really, really incredible musicians and singer. Mary
Oh
Stallings, yeah.
God, yeah, Mary's
Yeah.
fantastic.
And
Mary's
then
so excited.
I just want to mention that next week on Monday is I'm doing these every Monday right
Every
now.
Monday?
Yeah. And so next week I have a beautiful honor of this Korean arranger who lives in New York. She's not that old, but she's really done well. Her name is Jahi Lee. And so that's going to be next Monday, 12 to 2. And I'm
Oh,
looking forward
great.
to that too. Yeah. So,
Ooh.
and then of course, I won't even mention the other person who's playing on Saturday, Lena Gilliam. And if you look on this talk, Kevin Rhodes left he left a link where you can get tickets.
Oh,
And
great.
also, if you look lower down on my Facebook, you will see the flyer for Alina.
Oh, I saw that. Thank you
Yeah,
for posting that. Thank you.
absolutely. So, yeah, thank you so much for being here. It was
Thank you,
fun.
Kathy. If anybody wants to see where else I am, ELENAGILLIAM.com. It's as simple as that.
Pretty
And
simple.
things change all the time, so stay tuned.
Okay, well, have a great time. Have a great gig. I'm so sorry I can't come.
Yeah, me too, but we'll get there.
Yeah, we will.
Thanks, Kathy. Mwah.
Okay.
Take care. All right.
Bye-bye. Have a good
Bye-bye.
day.